Hello, 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 everybody. My name is Letitia Campbell. I'm your #1 email marketing strategist, CEO and founder of the Camera Success Network, and the creator of my Emailpreneur Tribe, which is where I teach, train, and coach my clients on how to secure the bag through email marketing. Now, we have a good topic to talk about today because this is a particular question that I am always getting asked. One of the particular questions I always get asked is how do I make sure that as a business owner, when I'm sending out emails, right? When I'm sending out mass emails, how do I avoid it going into the spam folder, right? If that's something that you want to learn about, or if it's something that you're struggling with, go ahead and type in me in the chat, okay? Also, if you're watching this on the replay, shout out to all my replay viewers. I love y'all to death, honey. Y'all be active in the replay. But if you are watching this on the replay, go ahead and type in hashtag replay. Okay. I love it when you guys come and join me on the replay. All right. So listen, y'all, it is Holy Week. Okay. Yes, it is Holy Week. And I had an amazing conversation with my pastor last night. And he said, this is the most important week of the year. Hey, Tamika, good morning. Is it still morning? Yes, it's 11:09 a.m. Eastern. Good morning, Tamika. How are you? Listen, I want to make sure before I say anything else, I want to make sure that my comments are working. So if you're on live right now, go ahead and type in hashtag live. Go ahead and type in hashtag live. I'm actually going to pull this up on my computer just to make sure that I am coming through clear. Okay, that I'm coming through clear. Let me go ahead and pull this up again. If you're watching this live, go ahead and type in hashtag live. Go ahead and type in hashtag live. Also got to pull up something else. I want to also drop my link real quick. I want to drop my link to my AI, my free AI for email marketing training. I was going to release it this week, but because this is Holy Week and I'm just being honest with y'all, as a mother of 5 kids, dealing with all these different services and events. I was just at a church meeting last night. We were at the church meeting last night from 7. I didn't get home till 10 o'clock. It was a long meeting, honey. Okay. And so, yes, I got home around 10:15. Yes, around 10:15. Mind you, we started the meeting at 7. Then we have a service tomorrow. We have a service on Thursday. We have a service on Friday, and we have a service on Sunday. So it's a crazy week this week. So, but yeah, and my pastor was telling us that, this is the most important week of the year. So a lot's going on. All right. Tamika typed in hashtag live. Go ahead and type in 1. I want to do one more quick test before we dive into this topic. Go ahead and type in 1 if y'all can see me clearly. Okay. Let me know that y'all can see me clearly. Let me know if I'm not breaking up, that I'm not glitching. Okay, I want to make sure that everything is good because this is a good topic I want to discuss. Those of you who just hopped on, here's what we're talking about. So if you're a course creator, if you're offering services, if you're a business where you are selling books, you may be an author, you may be a speaker, or you may be in network marketing, okay? And you're noticing that your emails is going into that spam inbox, or you want to learn more about how to make sure that doesn't happen. This is definitely the conversation for you because I'm going to be sharing 5 reasons why you're not mastering email deliverability. I got my talking points right in front of me so that way I don't go off topic. She says she just shared this out. Oh, thank you so much, Therese. Again, if you haven't shared this live out yet, or if you watch this on a replay, you haven't shared, go ahead and share this out. Also, let me go back to my, sorry about that. Y'all know I get off track. That's why I have my talking points here. Let me go back to, let me rewind to my free training. All right. My free training is going to be, I'm going back and forth on whether or not I should do the training live or pre-recorded, right? I'm going back and forth just for the sake of time, and there's so much going on, right? But I'm going to be releasing the training, my free AI for email marketing training on next week, not this week, but make sure that you register. The link to register is pinned to the comments here on Facebook. Again, this link is in all lowercase, okay? You're going to go to bit.ly/AI for email marketing. That's bit.ly/AI for email marketing. But you should be able to click the link that's in the comments here. All right, real quick. Let's do a quick announcement real quick, real fast. if you are a client of mine, go ahead and type in hashtag tribe. Go ahead and type in hashtag tribe. Okay. If you're a client of mine, if you're inside of my List Building Bootcamp, or if you're inside of my emailpreneur sales academy, or if you're inside of my inner circle, go ahead and type in hashtag tribe. Okay, go ahead and type in hashtag tribe. I want to just get my clients come on and check in real quick. Hey, Jacqueline, how are you doing, sis? I want to see how many of y'all are on here. Even if you watch this on a replay, go ahead and type in hashtag tribe, even if you watch this on a replay. So I have a quick announcement to make, super quick. Okay, thanks, Tamika. My first question I have for you, well, the only question I have for you guys. Good, I'm glad you're doing great and blessed, Jacqueline. Thank you. I'm so glad for that. So I want to ask you guys who are my clients, did you get my email this morning? Did you get my email this morning? I sent the email this morning. I also posted the same email inside of the Facebook groups. Okay. So, those of you who don't know, I'm doing great, Jacqueline. Been crazy busy. As you know, this is Holy Week, so there's a lot of stuff going on. Okay. So I'm trying to fit in these lives and all the things and get, things done and managed with the kids. It's a lot. I was deciding whether or not, because tomorrow we have Wednesday service, because, this week is the last week of Lent. Being the fact that there's service going on Wednesday, which is tomorrow, then Thursday, Friday, and then Sunday. I was going back and forth on whether or not to take the kids to this tomorrow's service. So I kind of, as I was folding clothes just now, I was like, you know what? I'll let the kids stay home tomorrow and don't go to tomorrow's service. I'll go to tomorrow's service because I really want to go. It's at a different parish, but they're going to church on Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. Okay. They're going to church those days, right? And it's so interesting, just to share a little bit real quick. And again, if you're a client of mine, let me know if you got my email that I sent this morning. I grew up as a Baptist, okay? I grew up, all my childhood, I went to a Baptist church, okay? First Baptist Church, I was a member of First Baptist Church in Westbury, New York, on Long Island, okay? On Prospect Avenue. Okay. That was my church home. Okay. And then when I got married, it is sort of like a tradition in my family that you take on the husband's religion. Like my mother grew up as a Muslim, and then when she met my dad, she became a Baptist. So it wasn't a huge adjustment for me. Like if I was a Muslim turning into a Baptist, I can see how that could be a huge adjustment. Right. But it wasn't a big adjustment for me to go to being a Baptist to now Episcopalian. Right. And yeah, so, but the customs and the rules and the traditions are just different. Baptists and Episcopalians, just their services are just different. One of the things I had to get used to, which wasn't bad, this wasn't a bad thing, was that church service is 2 hours in an Episcopalian church. Right? Come on, Tamika. Come on, Jacqueline. Come on with me, Trees. Church is only 2 hours. Now, when I grew up as a Baptist, honey, church was like 4 or 5 hours. It was a long time. Like we would go to church in the morning and don't get out till 1 or 2. And the sermon will literally be for an hour alone. So that took me a minute to be like, we're done? Like, oh, we go home now? Okay. Like I could when I would get home on Sundays, I wouldn't know what else to do the rest of the day because I was expecting to be at service till afternoon. So that was one good side to becoming a Episcopalian. Is listen, you get in, you get the word, you know what I'm saying? You get your blessings, you did all the things, get a good sermon, and then you go home, and that's it, right? The Baptist church, which I love, it was like a performance. The music was lively, the music was popping, and it's you just really be standing up and doing the praise dance, you really get into it. You were right. Tamika said church was all day. Yes, church was all day, right? And forget about it, Tamika, if we had an event after church in a Baptist church. Now you there till 7, 8 o'clock at night. It was an all day thing. So that was one good transition, you know what I'm saying? But there's other things that I sort of had to learn. So I walk into even to this day, even though my husband and I have been together for 22 years, I'm still learning more about the Episcopalian traditions and the customs and all these things, the holidays and things like that. And so I walk into service, or I walk into a meeting, or I walk into an event within my church, just like I'm a child, like I'm one of the kids, so that my mind can be open. So my son, he's now 16, right? He's going to be 17 in June. He's now starting to open up to learning about this faith. And I tell him, listen, okay, so as the kids started to ask questions, like they're looking around and they want to, if y'all don't know, I have 5 children. Okay, I have 5 kids. So my kids' ages ranges from 16 to 3, right? So my 16-year-old and my 13-year-old, they're sort of like, asking questions. Like, for example, when you walk into any Episcopalian church, the cross is covered. It has the veil over the cross. So they asked about that, and they asked about different things that when they were younger, they didn't notice or were aware of, right? So I wanted to make sure that as a mother, that I was not, and as a mother who's raised as a Baptist, not Episcopalian, I wanted to make sure that when they would ask me questions, I had an answer to it, right? Or I had some form of response. And I was talking to my pastor last month, and I was telling him that. I was like, I want to make sure, Father Anthony, that when they ask me something, I know the answer. And he said, you don't always have to know the answers. You don't always have. And when he said that to me, I started crying. I literally started crying. It was on Zoom. We were at Bible study, virtual Bible study we do every Wednesday. I started crying because, I don't know, it was something about, you ever cry and you're not crying because you're sad. You're crying because you're just having a release, right? When he said that to me, right, Tree said, right, I felt like a weight was just lifted off my shoulders as a mom, because I felt in my mind that, yes, I should have all the answers. I'm their mom. But when he says that, he said, Miss Campbell, you don't have to have all the answers. You know what I mean? This is why you just got to point your kids in the direction to the answer. So that's what I took what he said as. So that was a relief for me. So now I tell my kids, and I even told them last week because I have them go to virtual Bible study as well. I said, any questions you have to ask, religious-based questions. Don't ask questions like, oh, why is your hair gray? Or why, like, any religious-based question, go ahead and ask him. Go ahead and ask. You know what I'm saying? Our pastor, go ahead and ask. Listen, I was raised Baptist, so I still call priests pastors. I don't know why. It's just a habit. But go ahead and ask the priest any questions. And so my son, starting last week, he started to open up and started to ask questions. On Sunday, he went up to the pastor and he started asking him questions about something. And then last night, my daughter is reading the book of Revelations right now. Okay. She was like, I want to start off reading the Bible, reading the book of Revelations, my 13-year-old. And at first I was going to tell her not to do that. Don't start off in Revelations, because when I grew up, they trained on how I was trained to read the Bible. Okay. I was told to start off with the New Testament first, right? And then read the Old Testament. Y'all share in the chat what was you told as a child on how to read the word, right? So I was like, you know what, Letitia, do not tell your daughter not to start off with Revelations, So I waited because I knew I was going to meet with my pastor last night. So I asked him, I said, Father Anthony, is it okay if kids start off in the book of Revelations instead of going into the New Testament first? He said, no. He said, yes, that's fine. He said, that's okay. Let them start off at whatever book in the Bible that they want to start off at. So that was another relief. So I was like, okay, good. Because I just want to make sure I'm doing it right. You know what I'm saying? So, and then as he was saying that, I was like, Letitia, as long as they open the Bible, come on now. Y'all give me some hearts on that. As long as they open the Bible, that's really all that matters. Wherever God leads them to start at, whether it's Genesis, Revelations, Matthew, Mark, Acts, whatever. Okay? Listen, this is my Bible right here. As long as they cracking it open and reading it, she has it in her hand. it don't matter where they start. So I was like sort of laughing at myself internally. I'm like, Letitia, slow down a little bit. You don't want to deter them from reading. So my daughter was reading the book of Revelations last night. Then I was reading the Bible this morning, and then she said, oh, can I read now? I said, sure, go ahead, take the Bible, go ahead and read it. And so she started to continue to read the book of Revelation. So, I'm at a state in my life, spiritually wise, that I'm going to always continue to have the mindset of a child when it comes to my faith. Because if I have a mindset of a child, then I'm opening my heart and my mind up to new things, new customs. I'm opening up to my mindset. And we are just like set in our ways religiously and spiritually, we're not going to learn. We're not going to learn new things. We're not going to have new revelations. We're just going to be stuck and closed minded. And that's just not good. That's just not good. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get on into this topic. Again, I'm going to be sharing 5 reasons why you're not mastering email deliverability. So if you're ready for these 5 tips, go ahead and type in #ready real quick. Miss Tamika said, amen. Yes, amen. As long as they crack and open the Bible. That's all that matters. Listen, so I have a book suggestion for y'all real quick. Let me share this real quick and real fast before we move on. Go ahead and type in #ready though. I'm reading this book right now. This book was referred to me by Sarah. Therese, what's her last name? Sarah's last name. Go ahead and share. Go ahead and just share her. I forgot her last name, but anyway, she suggested this book to me last night, and I literally started reading the first 8 pages, and this is a good book. Okay, go ahead and grab it. It's called Gap. It's called Gap and the Game. I'm sorry, it may be reversed on my screen. It's called The Gap and the Game. The Gap. I literally ordered it yesterday. It came yesterday afternoon. Amazon ain't playing, honey. Listen, I ordered it yesterday, and all of a sudden, when I came home after getting the kids from school, it was on my doorstep. So, yes, The Gap. Go ahead and take a screenshot. The Gap and the Game. Okay, The Gap and the Game. All right, this is such a good book. I don't know why this is showing. Looks like I have it upside down, or the other side, but I don't. It's a really, really good book, y'all. Go ahead and grab it. Again, I started reading the first 8 pages, and I was like blown away. Literally blown away. It's a really good book. So I will be referencing that throughout the show. Again, those of you who just hopped on, hello. My name is Letitia Campbell, and I believe that every woman deserves the right to be financially independent so that she can design the life that she deserves. I have a free AI for email marketing training coming up. If you haven't already registered for it, go ahead and go to bit.ly/AI for email marketing. That's in all lower cases. Also, share this out if you haven't done so already. Let's go to number 1. Thank you, Tamika, so much for the #ready. You are on point, honey. The first reason why you're not mastering email deliverability is because of content filter. Somebody go ahead and type that in the comments real quick. Content filtering. Type that in. Content filtering. That's the first reason why. It's content filtering. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and read from my notes. Spam filters analyze the content of emails for certain keywords, phrases, or patterns commonly associated with spam. Okay. If you don't know what those keywords are, you can go ahead and look it up. Right. If your email contains languaging or formatting resembling spam, right, it may trigger the filter. Okay, so you got to make sure that you're not using certain keywords, right, phrases, or patterns, right? Let's say you have a subject line and you're sending out an email all week long with the same subject line. That's considered a pattern, right? So you don't want to do that, okay? You want to mix it up. You want to test it up. Because I do see a lot of entrepreneurs do that. And there's nothing wrong with sending the same email with the same content multiple times, because it may just be you're noticing when you first sent it, not that many people opened it, and you're like, wait, let me just change the subject line a little bit and see how that works. This is why I did an A/B testing training last week. Okay, last week, if you're a client of mine, so go ahead and type in #tribe real quick. If you're in my list building bootcamp, if you're in my side of my emailpreneur sales academy, or if you're in my inner circle, I did a training last week. Okay, the training was called A/B testing. Go ahead onto the client portal and check it out. Also, if you're a client of mine, we were supposed to have a training tonight, but because in honor of Holy Week, we're not going to have the training, but I did send an email out this morning, okay, giving you guys some information. Also in the email, it has some information on last week's training as well, for those of you who didn't get a chance to watch it. All right, so number 2, go ahead and type in number 2 in the comments if you guys are ready for number 2. Go ahead and type in number 2 in the comments. If you just hopped on, my name's Letitia Campbell, and I'm your #1 email marketing strategist, CEO and founder of the Camel Success Network, and the creator of my Emailpreneur Tribe. And that is where I teach, train, and coach my clients on how to secure the bag through email marketing. What I'm going to be talking to you guys about today, and this topic is perfect for those of you if you're in course curation, you're a service-based business, you're an author, speaker, or you're in network marketing, and you're struggling, right, with your email marketing because your emails are going to spam. So I'm sharing 5 reasons that you're not mastering email deliverability. Thank you so much, Tamika, for number 2. So number 2, and this is important, y'all, put a star next to this. Number 2 is sender reputation. Sender reputation. Email service providers, email service provider, or sometimes I call it ESP. That is, it could be Constant Contact, it could be Get Response, it could be MailChimp, whatever you're using as an email service provider, assesses reputation of senders based on factors like email engagement rates, right? Spam, right? Spam complaints, like people, when you send an email, people are marking it as spam, right? And authentication protocols. If your sender's reputation is poor, okay, hey, is that Timothy? Hey, Timothy, you're a director. Congratulations. Yes. Let me go back to sender's reputation. So if sender's reputation is poor, your emails are more likely to be flagged as spam. So those of you who are not investing in email marketing, let's say you're like, you know what, I'm not gonna go purchase Constant Contact. I'm not gonna purchase Get Response. I'm just gonna BCC everybody. You know that people can flag your email because you're BCCing them. So when you do start to begin to invest in an email service provider and using that same email, what's going to happen is you have a poor reputation. You have a poor reputation. So make sure you guys are making sure that you are sending emails that helps you to boost your engagement. That's important. If you don't know how to do that, definitely reach out to me if you want to book a discovery call so you can learn more about my programs, because I help you out with that. I can definitely help you out with that. Okay, number 3. If you are ready for number 3, go ahead and type in #3. Go ahead and type #3 in the chat real quick. Again, I have 5 points for you guys today. So definitely we're going to go ahead and dive into the conversation. If you're a client of mine, please make sure that you do one of 2 things. That you either go check your email. I sent the email out today around 10:30-ish. Or go into the Facebook group, because there is some information and links on there that I want you guys to pay attention to. Hey, thank you. Is it Timothy? Am I pronouncing it right? Let me know if I'm pronouncing your name right. Is it Timothy? Timothy. Yes, let me know if I'm saying your name right. Thank you so much for joining the show. All right. Number 3 is lack of authentication. Awesome. Thank you, Timothy. Lack of authentication. Now listen, we talked about this already, y'all. I think I talked about this last Sunday. So go ahead and check out my Sunday live. You need to invest in an email domain. Okay? If you are running a business and you're sending out your emails through Gmail, and you're sending out your emails through Yahoo, right? Your email says poppingpearls@gmail.com or sling that man at yahoo.com. Please stop. Go and invest in a email domain. Okay? All right? And I'm not saying that because, you know, for just the purposes of saying it. I shared in my live that I did last Sunday. I said, listen, when I first started in business, you best believe I was the at Gmail girl. Okay? I was the at Gmail girl, honey. I was like, listen, if I ain't got to pay for it, okay, and I'm making money, honey, I'm good. Right? I'm going to show you that. I'm going to explain that in just a second, Timothy. Great question. So now, as of February 1st, somebody go ahead and type in February 1st so everybody knows this. Go ahead and type in February 1st in the comments. As of February 1st, if you're sending out emails to anybody with the Gmail account or a Yahoo account. It has to come from, and you're running a business, you're promoting something. It has to come from an actual authenticated email domain. Now, Timothy asked a great question. How do we do that? You go on Google and you type in how to purchase, where can I purchase an email domain? There's several that will come up. You can go to GoDaddy. Okay. I like GoDaddy. GoDaddy's a little bit of a coin. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot, but a little bit of a coin. But what I like about GoDaddy, if I have a question, right? Like I purchased the actual web domain, like a web domain on GoDaddy, like for a website. And I didn't know how to merge it with my Constant Contact landing page. So I said, you know what? I ain't got time to read all these steps. Like, you know what I mean? I need somebody to explain it to me or get somebody else to do it. So I called GoDaddy and I said, hey, you know, it was a nice guy. You sound American. No shade to, you know, those of you who outsource your customer service. But I'm sorry. I can't understand everybody's accent. Okay. I'm from New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay. So I called somebody. The man sounded like he was from Georgia or something. I was like, you know, he was saying like y'all and, you know, all these, the slang that they talk about down there. And I was like, I'm having trouble doing this. And he was like, okay, I'll do it for you. Okay. Okay, Daddy. Okay, go, Daddy. I was like, go. He's like, yeah, I'll do it for you. I'm like, all right. He's like, okay, I'm going to send you an email confirmation. Did you get it yet? I was like, okay, let me go open up my inbox. It was a confirmation that, oh yeah, it was completed. Now whenever somebody goes to, you know, yada, it's going to go to straight to my Constant Contact landing page. Because my Constant Contact landing page link was like literally 100 characters long. I need to shorten it. So that was web domain. But again, you can purchase an email domain through GoDaddy. You can also go through, and Therese, if y'all don't know who Therese is my assistant. What is the website, the new website for Google domains? So in all my domains that I purchase myself, right? All of my domains are through, through Google domains. But Google last year recently changed the name of Google domains. It's a different name. Teresa's going to put it in the comments for you guys. I like Google domains because I'm just saying, me personally, everybody else has their own, everybody has different experiences with different things. But me personally, whenever I purchase a domain from GoDaddy, I've noticed that it would be, what I'm trying to say, when people would type it in, they would get an error message for whatever reason. So Google domains are not only cheaper, but I never have an issue with authentication. So they're really, really good with that, right? So I get my domains. I purchase all of my domains through Google domains. So that's how you can do that, Timothy, and all of you who are asking. And plus there's other sites as well. There's other sites as well. But again, the point is that you need to purchase one. You could always change your email domain later, right? Oh, Therese just put in the chat. So Timothy, you go there, or any of you. Hey, is that Shaman? Is that Shaman? Is that Shaman or somebody else? Hey, I just saw Shaman popped in. Shaman Moore. Let me know if that's you, sis, if you're watching. You're welcome. So again, you purchase it. So what is the name of your brand, Timothy? Like, what is the name of your business? Like your business name, like what you promote as, okay? Oh, it's you guys. How you doing, sis? Nice to see you on. Yes. So go ahead and purchase a actual email domain. So back then I didn't do it. You know, way back in the day when I was first promoting my business online, I shared my story, y'all. I used to work in corporate, okay? And I wanted to quit my job, okay? Back in February of 2017, I found out that I was pregnant with my 4th child. I have 5 kids total. I found out I was pregnant with my 4th child. If y'all don't remember, go ahead, go all the way back to 2017, and y'all will see a live video of me in labor, okay? I had my 4th child in the car, all right? She couldn't even wait to get to the hospital. But anyway, way back in the day, I found out I was pregnant February of 2017. I got a panic attack in that month because I was so afraid of, my thing was I did not want to give birth to her and then have to go back to work after 12 weeks. That literally made me say, you know what, Letitia, you gotta double down on your business. You got to get out there and dominate, okay, you got to leave this job. So literally within 6 months, I left my corporate job back in August 11th of 2017. It's the last day, which was 6 years ago. I was 35 years old. I'm 41 now, and I've never worked for anybody since then. So my thing is, back then when I first started my business, I was trying to leave my job. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to just use a regular email address, But again, I ended up switching to a domain email address because it does make you look more professional, right? It's more trusted because it's authenticated, because you had to actually purchase that and go through a whole authentication thing. So you definitely want to make sure that you have an email domain. We talked about that on Sunday. So go ahead and watch that live that I did. Not this past Sunday, but the Sunday before that. All right, number 4, y'all still up? Go ahead and type in #4 if you're ready for number 4. For those of you who just hopped on, my name is Tisha Campbell, and yes, I'm your number 1 email marketing strategist, CEO and founder of the Camera Success Network, and the creator of my Emailpreneur Tribe, and that's where I teach, train, and coach my clients on how to secure the bag through email marketing. If you want to book a free discovery call with me, if you're like, listen, I know I need email marketing for my business, but I either want to learn how to, all right, use email marketing for my business, or I don't have time to even send emails, so I want to learn how to hire somebody, a team to do it. Go ahead and send me a message on Facebook, and we can go ahead and book a discovery call. Now, let me be clear. A discovery call is not a strategy session. A discovery call is for me to learn more about what you do, and for you to learn more about my programs, and for you to ask any questions that you want to ask me within a span of 15 minutes. It's going to be on Zoom. You just go ahead and you just reach out to me on Facebook, and I will get you on my calendar. It won't be this week, though. This week is Holy Week. Okay, it will be next week. Okay, but definitely DM me, because next week my schedule is going to be booked. So you definitely want to make sure you do that. All right, number 4 is, thank you, Timothy, for the 4, is misleading subject lines. You ever heard of clickbait? Yes, people do clickbait in emails. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the notes I wrote. Subject lines that are deceptive, overly promotional, or contain spam-like phrases can trigger spam filter. So let's say you put something in your subject line like 50% off, or buy one, get one free, right? That's a little bit like, that can end your emails up in spam, right? It can end your emails up in spam. So make sure that you are using phrases that invite people to open. I always teach my clients that your subject line should be sort of like the introduction, right, to your emails. It should be that destination, right? Or I love subject lines that really talk about the problem, right? That really talk about the problem. Okay, like, for example, if I was you, Timothy, I would put something in the subject line like, I know you're depressed about money. Right in my subject line. Or I would put in, I know you're stressed out about that you're about to pay your mortgage this month. Right? Because the first is about to come up. Like something that really gets on women or men's pain points, because somebody could be reading it something like, hey, I know you're struggling with money, and they'd be like, yeah, I am struggling with money. And they go ahead and open it, right? Because your subject lines is talking about the problem, not the solution. Okay, talking about the problem, not the solution. So there's so many ways that you can get very creative with your subject lines by really narrowing down the pain point and outlining that in your subject line, right? It's so fun. Like if your target audience is family, and I have a client, her name is Diane, she could put something like, I know you want to create memorable vacations this summer. I'm a mother of 5 kids. My husband and I have been together for 22 years. Yeah, that sticks to me because we love creating memorable vacations for our kids. I remember growing up with my parents, and I remember the places we went to, the locations we've been at, and the fun we had. That's memorable to me. So again, y'all type in me if you understand what I'm saying. Okay? You can't just talk about that destination. You just can't be like, well, you're going to get half off, or join my team, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get to the destination part. The purpose of the subject line is to get people to open your emails. Yes, Tamika said yes. Thank you, Tamika. Timothy said, I love to go on vacation. Yes. Yes. So those things are important. So this is why it's so important for you, for all of you to really know your audience. I think that's it. Also know your audience's problems, because they got problems, honey. They got big problems. All right. My last point I want to make for you guys is, because I got laundry that I have to take out of the dryer. I'm trying to get my laundry done today, y'all. Like, I know I went live yesterday and I told y'all I did about 2 loads because we had a church meeting in the evening. It did not until I didn't get home till 10 o'clock. It was crazy. It was crazy. Yeah. Timothy said, know them on a personal level. Yes. Know their problems on a personal level. When I first started building my business online, most of the individuals who are following me were women that have children, that 3 or more kids. So I can always best relate to anybody, right, who's trying to quit their job and they got a bunch of kids. I left my corporate job when I was 7 months pregnant. When I walked into my boss's office, I gave her my 2 weeks notice and she was like, are you fucking kidding me? That's what she said to me, y'all. She could not believe that me as a black woman, pregnant out to here, is saying, I don't want to work here no more. Y'all can keep this. Y'all can keep that check, right? Y'all can keep that desk. Y'all can keep that office. Y'all can keep all this. Y'all can keep. I'm out of here, right? She didn't believe me. She did not believe me. Okay? I was getting the side eye for a week, honey, when I gave my 2 weeks notice, honey. Until the last week, my boss came out to me. He apologized to me for giving me the side eye because he was just disappointed. He didn't want me to leave. He did not want me to leave. So when I'm speaking to other women who have children, and they're going back and forth, whether it be their husband that's blocking them or their mindset that's blocking them, or they just feel like they're going to lose that sense of security of having a check every week in benefits. You know, I can ease their mind, not make the decision for them, because really it's between them and God. You know, it was ordained and divine for me to leave my job at the time that I did. Okay. But I'm more relatable to them. So I always say, you guys, tell you ladies and gentlemen this. Your audience are more like you than you think they are. You got to give them more credit. People gravitate. Hey, Miss Janine. People gravitate to you and they watch you because they see you in themselves. They may see a better version of themselves in you. Like, I follow a lot of women that are like me, but they're way ahead of me. They're way surpassed me because it allows me to level up myself. When I'm looking for motivation, I'm not really following people on the same level as me. I always say, let me find somebody who surpasses me. Okay? Who has surpassed me. So now I can relate to them, right, on a personal level or a spiritual level. But now they have sort of a ladder for me to climb. Amen. So that's what I always do. So again, people are either watching you because they see a little bit of themselves in you. So sharing your story is important in your emails. You know, being transparent, being open, because it will help other people. I remember when I was years ago, when I was doing one of my first branding videos. And in that branding video, the director who was helping me with it, she was like, listen, you got to really share your story in this video. And obviously, you know, at that time, I was like, yeah, girl, I'll talk about myself. I'll get my bio, girl. I got this. So as I was literally with a piece of paper, with my script, about to start, she grabbed the paper from me. And she says, no, you're not going to use this. And I was like, girl, what? I paid you like $5,000 to do this, direct this, girl. You ain't going to tell me that. So she was like, you gotta speak from the heart. So if you ever go back, and I'll post my branding video probably either today or tomorrow so y'all can check it out. When y'all watch that video, at some point, y'all gonna notice that my voice starts to crackle because I started to cry. We had to cut for a second because as I was talking about my kids and my husband, I was saying how at one point in my husband and our marriage, we were more like roommates and all that stuff. And I was so open and just spilled and poured my heart out and poured my story out. It's a difference between telling your story and there's a big difference between pouring your story. Okay? Because really, when you're pouring your story, I could pour my story out onto all of y'all, and it's like me watering y'all seeds. Y'all already planting seeds right now, but when I pour it on y'all, y'all see, wow, that is so motivational. I'm married too. I felt the same thing with my marriage, with my husband, yes. But there's hope, you know? So it's that part of where you say, I'm going to just open up and just pour my story out. I'm just going to be transparent. That's what you guys have to do. All right. So number 5 is poor list hygiene. Email lists containing outdated, purchased. We talked about purchasing emails earlier this week. Don't do that. Or unengaged contacts can harm your email list. Sending emails to inactive or invalid addresses increase the likelihood of your emails being marked as spam by recipients or spam filter. Okay, or spam filter. All right, y'all. So those are my 5 tips. Those are my 5 reasons why you're not mastering email deliverability. Let's go back to number 1. Number 1 was content filtering. Number 2 was sender reputation. Number 3 was lack of authentication. Number 4 was misleading subject lines. Number 5 was poor list hygiene. All right. So listen, y'all, I'll be back on tomorrow. Again, if you haven't already done so, go ahead and sign up for my free training. I'm about to do a free AI for email marketing training. And how you register for that is you're going to go to bit.ly/AI for email marketing. The link should be pinned to the comments here on Facebook. Again, the link is bit.ly/AI for email marketing. Make sure you go ahead and register for that. You already may be using an AI tool. You already may feel that you know enough about AI, right? But definitely go and register for my training, because you will learn something new, right? You'll definitely learn something new, and you'll also go ahead and get your questions answered by me. If you're interested in learning more about my programs and my courses, right, go ahead and send me a direct message on Facebook, okay? If you're not a friend, so the other day somebody sent me a message to book a call, and I didn't see her message because she's not a friend of mine on Facebook. So it went into the spam inbox, okay? And I very rarely check that. I need to start checking it more now that I'm saying that out loud. But the best way to make sure you get a response to me right away is you got to send me a friend request, okay? Once you send me a friend request, I see it. I check out your profile, make sure you ain't if your account, and you're not some African dude trying to make me be your 14th wife, I accept your friend request, and then I'll be able to then send me a message, okay? Then send me a message, or friend request me and then send me a message. So that way when I accept your friend request, your message, your Facebook message will automatically come up. All right. Also, last thing I want to say is y'all have an amazing Holy Week. Y'all have an amazing, amazing Holy Week. My church is having a few services this week. Okay. And if any of you awesome ladies and gentlemen are interested in attending any of those services virtually, I'm going to go ahead and give y'all the link to go ahead and like the page real quick. Let me go ahead and find it. All right. Let me go ahead and find it. If you don't have a church home yourself, or if you like some, most millennials and they like to watch church online, which ain't nothing wrong with that as long as you are there. Okay. Go ahead. Let me go back here. I gotta switch accounts. All right, I'm just going to pop the link here. Y'all can go ahead and like our church page. It's Grace Episcopal Church, okay, in Jamaica, Queens. So that way you can get notifications on our Holy Week services this week. We're going to have a service on Thursday, Friday, and also on Sunday. So you definitely want to make sure that you go over there and like it, all right? Hello! Hey, is that Dorian? Who pictures that? Hold on. Oh, no, that's a different Dorian. I'm sorry. I thought you was Dorian, one of the girls that go to my church. No, so is it Dorian or Dorian? Is it Dorian or Dorian? Want to make sure I'm sorry, Dorian. There's a lady in my church. Her name is Dorian as well. I thought you was her, but it's okay. Hey, girl. Yes, let me make sure I'm pronouncing it right. Okay, let me know. Which one, the first or the second? Dorian, like Dorien, or Dorian? Every time I see the name Dorian or Dorian, I laugh because I used to pronounce that name. I used to say, how did I pronounce it? Anyway, I was pronouncing it totally different. And one of the ladies at my church, her name is Dorian. She was like, girl, you saying my name. And I was like, girl, for almost a year, I pronounced it this way. So listen, anytime I pronounce your name wrong, y'all got to tell me, because in my mind, if I say your name a certain kind of way, it gets asphyxiated in my brain. How many of y'all like that? And then when I have to change how to pronounce it, it's really hard for me to do once I'm, and y'all, I got 5 kids, so please give me grace, because I got 5 kids and I barely can remember any of their names. And all of my children's names rhyme, okay? All my kids' name rhyme. Is Rory, Aurora, Warren, Valor, and Tori, okay? All their names rhyme. Dorian, okay, girl, thank you. Yes. So, yeah, ladies. So again, go ahead and sign up for my AI for email marketing training. I will be releasing the training next week. Okay. I won't be releasing the training this week because this is Holy Week. And just like my pastor said last night, he's like, this is the most important week of the year. So I'm going to honor that and keep it flowing and keep it going. All right, y'all. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, don't forget, get out there and dominate, because it's time to design a life that you, in fact, deserve. Till next time. Bye, guys.